Getting your lease option sold the same day, no money down investing. I mean, what could be easier than that, right? Does your story sound something like mine? Was the reality of making a fortune in real estate more challenging than you might have initially been led to believe? What I learned the hard way is an honest statement that there are more gurus who currently make money from selling the courses than there are who currently make money from actually using the techniques. With the time commitment required to promote their courses and seminars, they just don't get to do much investing in there. That's why one of the most important things you can possibly learn is the subtle changes in the real world that will drastically affect your results. I'm almost embarrassed to admit that as a real estate guru, I couldn't actually complete a sandwich lease option my first bunch of attempts. I tried to sandwich this property and that property for 9 months, and do you know how many deals I had to show for it? I had a pathetic big old 0. The owner would always inevitably change their mind, or my tenant / buyers just didn't have enough of a down payment to make the deal really worthwhile. I just couldn't get it all together at the same time to get the big paycheck. That Ferrari sure looked further and further away. I discovered something that would totally revolutionize my lease option deals. It makes all real estate transactions happen faster and more efficiently. Artificially created competition. Do you know what happens when you have 10 qualified tenant buyers to show your property to at the same time? You close that deal the same day, every time. Do you know what happens when you show one tenant buyer here and one tenant buyer there at their convenience? You don't close a deal for 9 months. Instead of showing the property to your tenant buyers when they can arrange it, show them all at the same time. Here are some magic words that will revolutionize your lease option deals. Mr. / Mrs. Tenant Buyer, I'm going to be at the property on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Can you meet me there? Great, I'll be short on time, so please be on time. You will place that same call with all of the different tenant buyers. The 2 lessons I learned the hard way. Lesson number 1, don't show the property to your tenant buyers at their convenience. You see, I was showing the tenant buyers whenever they were available to view the property. I figured that I wanted it sold sooner than later, so I'd better rush down as soon as I can and let them think about it. Wrong. By giving them all kinds of time to think about it, they just found more and more wrong with the home, and they just got overly picky. There was no reason for them to jump into a decision. If you show your property to 10 or more people at the same time, it will create the psychological effect that the property is in demand. People act quickly when something is in demand. Do you know what people do to make sure they are your selection? They drive down and get the option consideration that day. You sign the deal, and the seller you are completing the sandwich lease option with ends up happy. Do you know what happens with the remaining 9 tenant buyers who didn't get the property? Well, they eagerly await the next available rent to own, and so your next deal runs more smoothly as well. You keep using your database of contacts until you get through.